open the doors because the modelling says the bigger the influx, the bigger the GDP. Not true. And that is, for me, is where the evidence has led. And when you see the evidence, you change your mind.
We have seen the evidence. Two more questions. Ben Quinn from The Guardian.
Thank you. Mr. Zahawi, does this defection come with a personal donation from you to reform? And you mentioned Shamima Begum in your remarks at the beginning. I think Mr. Farage surprised a lot of people last year, suggesting that she could be allowed to come back to the UK. Are you on the same page? And lastly, we're now at 34 people who've levelled accusations of anti-Semitism and racism. Can they all be dismissed as fantasists or political operators? 34 people, and that's to both of you, please. Thank you.
You know, even the quotes that have been read out today of things that Nadine might have said about me in the 2015 general election campaign just shows you that actually these accusations of racism, isms of all kinds, get thrown around every single day. In fact, they get thrown around so much that, frankly, they almost become meaningless, I'm afraid.
But on Shamima Begum, the moment someone decides that they'll pledge their allegiance and loyalty to a different state, the Islamic State, they forfeit the right, in my view, of being British. And I think I would certainly not want to be in a government that will welcome Shamima Begum back. And I'm sure, I hope my then Prime Minister would work very hard to make sure that that never happens. On the racism issue, I dealt with it at the beginning. I don't think I'd be sitting here, or Nigel would be sitting with me, if I thought or he thought there was an iota of racism. Although, in preparation for this morning, I thought I'd also look up, Nigel, everything that's been labelled racist in our country. Coffee has been labelled racist. Picnics have been labelled racist.
The Traitors programme, that's racist.
Electricity,
according to The Guardian,
has been labelled racist. And mathematics has been labelled racist.
Yeah.
This is a joke.
Yeah. As for the donation, we haven't got the donation
No
out
donation.
of him. No donation yet. But he will be locked in a room with Lee Anderson after this press conference, and who knows, we might make some progress. Final question. Daisy Eastlake from The Times.
Thank you. My first question about the defection. You said about how you're in conversation with more Tory MPs and former MPs about defection. Will you put a number on the further number of Tory defections set to come before May? And more generally, The Times reported this morning that the Home Affairs Select Committee is preparing to call for the Home Secretary to sack Craig Guilford, Chief Constable of West Midlands Police Force, over the decision to ban away fans from the Maccabi Tel Aviv match against Aston Villa last year. Farage, you've called for him to go in the past, but how long do you give Shabana Mahmood to sack him?
The answer to your first question is no. And I'm amazed this Guilford bloke's still there. I mean, frankly, what was revealed last week in that abject performance before the committee was something extraordinary, where, I mean, basically, you know, police chief hasn't just lied to everybody, but he's literally kowtowed to the most, I mean, you know, talk about racism, you know, literally kowtowed to just a form of violent extremism. Again, and frankly, you know, it's quite funny, isn't it? I mean, where are all the screaming protests outside the Iranian embassy? Where are all the, you know, the pro-Palestinian lot? It seems they only really turn out when they're having a go at Jews. I'm afraid, I'm sorry to say that. Guilford should have gone already, in my view.
Just on the point on the Maccabi Tel Aviv match, and this is really serious, and I hope Shabana is listening to this today. And I said that on the night, because I was actually doing media on the night. The message this sends is so dangerous and corrosive to our country. Why do I say that? Because the question is, who controls our streets? Right? If the police force in the West Midlands needed additional support, they should have called the Home Secretary and the Defence Secretary and got the army in. Right? No way should we allow Islamists, thugs, and terrorists to feel that they can have control of our streets. And if she doesn't act today, she's going to have a serious problem, in my view. Genuinely, I say this to you.
Thank you very much indeed, everybody.